Hey there, and welcome to The Explainer. So if you're tuning into this, a massive congratulations is absolutely in order. You've likely just moved to, or maybe you're seriously considering planting some roots in, the gorgeous coastal community of Monmouth Beach, New Jersey. I am so thrilled to be your guide today. Okay, let's dive right in, shall we? Our main goal for this explainer is to hand you the ultimate residence playbook. We're going to take all the guesswork out of getting settled into your new coastal life because let's be real, you want to spend way less time figuring out local admin details and way more time actually enjoying the beach.
Here's exactly what we're going to cover today. Welcome to Monmouth Beach, your local government explained. Essential services and contacts, emergency and flood preparedness, and finally, enjoying our public amenities.
All right, part one. Welcome to Monmouth Beach, 1 square mile.
Let's start with a little bit of orientation to get our bearings. Monmouth Beach has this incredibly unique geography. It's actually fascinating to see the sheer concentration of water access jammed into such a compact footprint. You are literally living in a town nestled right between the vast Atlantic Ocean to the east and the super scenic Shrewsbury River to the northwest. And when I say compact, I mean it. It's just 1.1 square miles of land. But within that tiny little space, you've got 1.6 miles of oceanfront and a staggering 6.8 miles of riverfront. This dual waterfront reality completely dictates the lifestyle here. In fact, it's pretty much defined the community ever since it officially separated from Ocean Township way back in 1906 to establish its own identity.
Moving on to part two. Your local government explained. The Walsh Act.
So with that history in mind, you really need to know who's making the decisions that affect your everyday life. Monmouth Beach operates under a pretty specific and honestly somewhat rare system of local governance known as the Walsh Act, which it's used since 1929. Now, unlike a lot of larger cities that have sprawling city councils and distinct neighborhood wards, Monmouth Beach is run by a super lean 3-member board of commissioners. That is literally it, just 3 people. They're elected at large, meaning they represent the entire town, in nonpartisan elections, and they serve 4-year concurrent terms. They handle public affairs, revenue, and public works directly. It's a wonderfully streamlined and accessible form of government.
Now, right beneath those 3 commissioners are the essential local government departments that actually keep the town running day to day. We're talking borough administration, the borough clerk, public works, code enforcement, the tax collector, and emergency management. And here's the best part. The central hub for almost all of these offices is the municipal offices building right at 18 Willow Avenue. So whenever you need to file a permit, pay a tax bill, or chat with the clerk, 18 Willow Avenue is your go-to destination.
Okay, part 3. Essential services and contacts settling in. Let's look at some of the practical, time-sensitive tasks every new resident has to tackle to get properly established. First up, you definitely want to note the seasonal shift in operating hours. From roughly June 8th through September 4th, the borough and construction offices switch over to a summer hours schedule. During this stretch, they're open Monday through Thursday from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., but on Fridays, they close up shop early at 12:30 p.m., so absolutely plan your visits to Willow Avenue around that, just so you don't show up to a locked door on a Friday afternoon. Oh, and a super important heads up for all you pet parents out there, dogs and cats have to be licensed annually in Monmouth Beach. You'll need to fill out the renewal form, show a valid rabies certificate, and drop the fee off with the borough clerk. The deadline here is firm. Please make sure you license your pet by February 18th. If you miss that date, you're probably going to end up with a summons and some fines. It's a super easy task, just don't put it off.
Shifting gears to part 4, emergency and flood preparedness, a coastal reality.
Look, living right on the water offers an absolutely incredible lifestyle, for sure. But it does come with a very real coastal reality, the risk of severe weather and flooding. Superstorm Sandy left a pretty lasting mark around here, and because of that, the borough has completely revamped its resiliency and emergency planning. You really need to be prepared. Step number 1 for your family's safety is registering for Code Red. Code Red is the borough's official emergency notification system. This is exactly how the town is going to communicate with you during severe weather events, flash flooding, or if evacuations are ordered. You can easily sign up for this online through the borough's website, and I strongly urge every single new resident to go do this immediately.
Now, if an evacuation order actually is called, you need to know the drill. It's basically 3 steps. First, know your zone. The Monmouth County Office of Emergency Management has designated the entire land area of Monmouth Beach as Coastal Flood Evacuation Zone A. That means it is the absolute first priority area to get out. Second, plan your route. Route 36 is the official coastal evacuation route for the borough. And third, and honestly most importantly, evacuate early.
And to put into perspective why leaving early is so absolutely crucial,
Well, being entirely in Zone A means the town could potentially be inundated at the very early stages of a storm. Plus, regional hurricane evacuation studies show that during the peak of tourist season, clearance times for these coastal counties can take up to 44 hours for a Category 4 storm. 44 hours! So if the order comes down, seriously, do not wait. Route 36 can flood, which would completely cut off your primary path out of town.
All right, deep breath, let's get to part 5, enjoying our public amenities, the best part.
Let's completely shift the tone here from safety over to leisure and talk about the fun stuff, the beaches and the amazing facilities that probably drew you to Monmouth Beach in the first place. The pricing structure for the Monmouth Beach Bathing Pavilion is a massive financial perk of your new residency. Check this out. A resident beach and pool badge for adults is just $185 compared to $460 for non-residents. Want a bathhouse? It's $1,550 for residents, but over $3,000 for non-residents. Same goes for lockers, $800 versus $1,550. You absolutely want to take advantage of these local rates to enjoy all that sunbathing, swimming, and pool access at the pavilion.
Quick caveat though, while we are talking about the bathing pavilion and the local parks, there is one very firm local rule you've got to remember. Leave the pets at home when you're visiting these spots. As Ordinance 3195 spells out pretty clearly, it's unlawful to bring your dogs, cats, or domestic animals into the public parks or the bathing pavilion. And violating this isn't just a slap on the wrist with a fine. It can literally result in you forfeiting your rights to reserve or even use the park amenities altogether.
Now, it's not just about the ocean, right? The Shrewsbury River is a huge part of the lifestyle here. Survey data from the Master Plan gives us a great look at how residents actually utilize the river. A massive chunk of the community is out there sailing or zipping around in motorized boats. Fishing and non-motorized boating, things like kayaking or paddle boating, are also incredibly popular. Whether you've got a boat docked at the Channel Club Marina or you just want to cast a line from Shoreland Park, the river is just this amazing central hub for recreation.
You know what else is really amazing about Monmouth Beach? How connected everything is. Data looking at how residents travel to local spots shows a whopping 67% actually walk to destinations like the Business District on Beach Road, the riverfront restaurants, or Griffin Park. Almost 50% bike. Because the town is just that 1 square mile, it's an incredibly walkable and bike-friendly place, which makes it so easy to just leave the car parked in the driveway all weekend long.
And honestly, that brings us right to the end of our playbook. You are officially in the loop. You know how your local government operates, where to grab that pet license, how to get prepped for a storm, and how to snag those awesome discounted beach badges. So I'm going to leave you with this final fun question. How are you going to spend your very first official weekend as a Monmouth Beach resident? Is it going to be boating out on the Shrewsbury, taking a walk down to Beach Road, or just kicking back at the bathing pavilion? Welcome home, everyone, and have an absolute blast exploring your incredible new community.